everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. Our halftime festivities behind us as we're just about set for the opening kick of the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 30-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Simpson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line.
Jackson. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Aiken. He finds his man, complete. That's Ballard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll run on 1st down. Simpson finding space at the 40. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. His throw incomplete. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On first down, Simpson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Jackson. Got a man, and he hits it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Houston set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series. But what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jackson on first down. This pass complete to Higgins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Complete to number 83. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's Simpson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Off play action. Aiken. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. To throw again is Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Simpson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Texans offense set to regain possession. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Hands it off out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, but now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Right back to him on first down. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in. And it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling it. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
Point after, right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To throw again on second down. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He hits Adams complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And Jackson throwing once more. And this one too low. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Wade. And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American football.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Buccaneers. All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
But the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Looking to throw on second down. Aiken. He's going to find Cobbs here. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch in this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. And Charles, ho-hum, another year, another Super Bowl appearance for this head coach. He already holds the all-time record for most Super Bowl titles, and now here he is trying to bring home yet another.
You know what else he's doing? He's keeping all of us, meaning the media, the broadcasters, at bay, because every year you think, okay, that caps a great career, and he comes back and wins another one. Okay, this one caps a great career. Nope, he goes after another one. Maybe we should tamp the brakes a little bit on whether or not he's going to leave and just appreciate the brilliance that he's bringing to the sidelines and to the Super Bowl itself as he goes out trying to win yet another Super Bowl title.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Now Morris on first and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second down, Elliott shifts past him at the 45. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Operating from the gun, Morris out of his hands quick to Jackson. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Morris now throwing on first down toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now back to the ground with Elliott.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Here's Morris looking to throw on second down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Bucs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and screw it.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Aiken, he finds his man, complete. It's Ballard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Aiken, he finds his man, complete. That's Ballard. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Aiken. Open man is Cobbs. That's complete.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
From the gun on third down, Aiken. He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Aiken. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go to Elliott again. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
To throw is Morris on first down. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Up the middle, here's Elliott.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw. Morris. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Morris. He finds his man, complete. That's Walton.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
A first down carry by Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
10th carry now for Elliott. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Elliott. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Aiken, he finds his man, complete. It's Ballard. Off the play fake. Aiken. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans will take over. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down. Aiken eluding the pressure right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Morris got his man complete over the middle. That's Peterson. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Morris on 1st and 10. He'll get this to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Morris on 3rd down. And that's Elliott complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line well short of the first down marker. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there, second down. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Ballard. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. Aiken. And he's got it. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Texans are on the board here in this Super Bowl. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. How does the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away? And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Morris.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Morris. He gets it complete to Jackson.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That one complete to Elliott.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Back to Elliott, and he's got him again.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Morris now to throw on third down. He finds his man complete. It's Walton.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. On the return following a punt of 41. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Ballard. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Aiken. And that will be incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The give is to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A give to Elliott. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Elliott. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Morris. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Aiken, he finds his man, complete. It's Ballard. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Throwing on 1st down. Aiken. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. On 3rd and 2, Aiken over the middle, complete. That's Ballard. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Aiken. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Operating from the gun. Aiken. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead in the Super Bowl.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the third. How does the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here's Morris. Throwing on first down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Three quarters gone by. Don't leave your seats now, folks. The fourth and final quarter of the Super Bowl is up next.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott.
Down to about the 32.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Morris. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
It's Jackson again on the reception. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
second down, Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 138 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Second and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Morris. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. To throw is Morris. Going to throw on third and goal. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a fourth-quarter lead. And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. He's got Allen. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, Aiken going back to Allen. He's got him again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl.
When you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Elliott. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And even 150 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Back to throw. Morris. Jackson's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. This is Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go to Elliott again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Morris to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Morris. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Buccaneers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So now the Texans down 24-21. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They need at least a field goal to send this Super Bowl to overtime as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Now a throw here, hauled in. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Ballard. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ballard. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Ballard. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And that one caught by Cobbs over the middle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So out come the Bucs now.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A touchdown would obviously be ideal to start this overtime. They'd still need to play defense, but it's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Second and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues.
A good opening drive so far here in overtime, looking to put the pressure on with a touchdown. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, the defense coming through there, CD, with a big-time play, and they're getting close here to getting off the field and giving their offense a chance to win this ball game.
Their partner, no one's cheering louder after that play than their offensive teammates because they understand how different things would be if instead of going out and needing a touchdown to tie things up, they can run out there with a chance to win the game right there.
Now Morris on 3rd down. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. That's good for 28 yards. Well, things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw. Morris. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walton. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And this one is right through, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And here comes the Texans now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
A field goal on this drive would extend the game. A touchdown, of course, would win it. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Aiken. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Aiken. He's going to find Cobbs here. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 3rd down, Aiken. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This to keep the game alive. And his kick is indeed good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Well, this one certainly has not lacked for intrigue. And let's keep playing. What do you say?
Fine by me. I'm loving what we're seeing here. This is a heck of a game. And now, guess what? A kicker may decide it again, and the next one that does it wins it.
So one more drive here. Barring another field goal, it'll decide this Super Bowl. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Morris. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
The first down carry by Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Walton. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This now in field goal range. It's a question of when you want to try it. Here's first down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. He'll take it inside the 25. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. It's Elliott, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl, and they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy to cap an amazing season. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.